Hello? Hello? Sir, am I audible? Hello, sir, am I audible? Hello? Hello, sir, am I audible to you? Hello? Okay. Go to सर 1 मिनट अभी के लिए जस्ट अभी के लिए बस 2 मिनट आप बैठिए सर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are gathered here for the FDP in CSE-AIML titled Recent Research Trends on NextGen AI. So let me give you a brief about our today's speaker, Dr. Ruchika Naskar. She is an associate professor in the Department of IT, IIEST Shifpur. She is also associate dean with a degree holding of PhD and post graduation. हो गया डन सर Good afternoon, everyone. We will start in a short while. Good afternoon, everyone. We will start in a short while. Please bear with us. Thank you. A very good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries, esteemed speakers, respected faculty members, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to be standing here as we begin this special academic journey together. Let me give you a brief about this institute. Haldia Institute of Technology, an autonomous institute of eye care Haldia, was established in 1996. It is the first self-financed and accredited academic institute imparting quality technical education in West Bengal. It is also approved by AICTE and affiliated to MECA. The institute has always been committed to creating highly trained professionals in diverse fields of engineering, technology, applied science, and social science. It is located in the industrial hub of Haldia, just 125 kilometers from Kolkata. HIT has carved a niche in the industrial hub of
FDP is going
Haldia
on.
in both
Anyway,
academic and
on
advanced research.
LinkedIn, I registered. 5 days. 5 days
Yes,
going on. So today's day of the first day. First day.
Sir, Mohammed, sir, I really sorry to interrupt you.
What about
Can you
count,
please
sir?
mute
Seat
your mic?
account. Seat count, sir. Count means students, sir. 40 students count. 40, 40. 41.
Sorry for the interruption. Let me continue again. HIT, just 125 kilometers from Kolkata, has carved a niche for itself in both academic and advanced research. It is a NAC A grade accreditation. The institute stands as a symbol of excellence and dedication towards shaping the technocrats of tomorrow. Now, I would like to give you a brief about the department that is hosting today's event. The Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning. It was established in 2020. The department has been the forefront of preparing students in one of the most exciting and fast growing domains of technology. The focus here is not to imparting knowledge, but also on developing problem solving ability, research aptitude, and industry ready skills. The department emphasizes modern technologies, product design, and analytical training so that the students can effectively apply AI and ML in solving real world challenges. Now, let me give you a brief introduction about our today's FDP that we are starting today. With this foundation, let me introduce you to the theme of today's program, that is 1 week faculty development program on recent research trends on NextGen AI, organized by the Department of CSE-AIML, Haldia Institute of Technology, in association with IQAC. This FDP is scheduled from 15th to 22nd September 2025 and is designed to enrich faculty members, researchers with the latest advancement and future directions in AI. In an era where technology evolves every single day, this program offers a valuable platform to learn, share, and explore cutting edge research trends. We are truly honored to have eminent speakers from reputed institutions such as IIEST Shivpur, BITS Plani, the Arctic University of Norway, Jadavpur University, and so on, who will be sharing their insights with us during the week. So, with the combined efforts of our dedicated organization team, our respected patrons, and your enthusiastic participation, this faculty development program is set to be a memorable and enlightening journey into the world of NextGen AI. Now, it is my privilege to invite our respected dignitaries to share their words of wisdom with us. First, I would like to invite Dean Professor Dr. Shubhanka Jwada Sir to address the audience and enlighten us with his vision.
Thank you, Shafali.
Thank you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I earnestly request all to please switch off your microphones. Otherwise, it is very difficult for others to get the thing in a proper manner. Again, thank you, AIML department. I'm Professor Shubhanka Jwada, Dean, School of Computer Science, Electronics and Informatics, Haldia Institute of Technology. It is my privilege to have been asked for addressing this gathering, August gathering, certainly. This is a momentous day for our school of the Department of CSE-AIML, organizing this 1 week faculty development program on recent research trends on NextGen AI. I must congratulate both the conveners, Mr. Ovirup Paria, Associate Professor, and Mr. Orpun Odhikari, Assistant Professor, for organizing this FDP. And at the same time, I must congratulate organizing chair, Professor Videsh Chakraborty, Professor and HOD CSE-AIML. From my core of my heart, I must thanks to the luminaries and honored speaker in this FDP from their busy schedule, Dr. Ruchira Noshkar, Associate Professor, IIT Shivpur. Her speak will be, we will listen today. Professor Dr. Shanti Prasad Maiti, Professor, IIST Shivpur. Dr. Ashish Bera, Assistant Professor, BITS Pilani. Dr. Arif Ahmad, Senior Researcher, the Arctic University of Norway. Chinmoy Ghorai, Dr. Chinmoy Ghorai, Assistant Professor, Jadavpur University. From my, as per my understanding, I am very excited to hear from the luminaries all the 5 days, the NextGen AI. In my opinion, it is a new wave of artificial intelligence. It is go beyond the traditional machine learning and deep learning. I know very little, but it is, as per my opinion, it focuses on more human-like intelligence with system capabilities like reasoning, adapting, collaborating, safely aligning with the human goals, what we target. If we go for this domain, it is more generalizable, more autonomous, that we can make decision on action, more human aware, more integrated. If we talk about the characteristics, what we understand, generative and creative abilities like video, code, images, like with ChatGPT, and beyond, reasoning and the problem solving like the pattern recognition, the logical reasoning, multimodality like text, images, videos, and sensors. Simultaneously, at the same time, we can work like the autonomous agents, independently run simulation and complete tasks without step-by-step human input, like we are not aligning into it. Ethics and alignment like that, the transparency, interpretability, integration with the emerging trends, what we targeted, like cloud computing and all. In my opinion, the coming days, what we can find that the major output we will certainly get, like healthcare, AI. We will talk about the AI doctor, precision medicine, brain-computer interface, like education, personalized AI tutors. We will certainly hopeful for the research and research-oriented output. Society like new jobs, new challenges, discovery of new drugs that we can think about it. This is all about what we can understand. I hope this 5 day the researcher will enjoy and gather proper guidance and knowledge from the luminaries, those who will share within these 5 days, and sharing knowledge will fulfill the motto of the FDP. I again thanks to today's speaker, Ruchira Noskar ma'am, Associate Professor IIT Shibpur, and thanks to the organizing team and organizing committee IML. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable words. Your words means a lot to us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I would request our respected head of the department, CSE-AIML, Professor Dr. Videsh Chakravarti, sir, who has been the guiding force behind this FTP, to kindly address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Honorable Principal Sir, Dr. Torun Kantijana, Dean Sir, Dr. Suvankar Jodhar, and IQAC Coordinator and Dean Dr. Dilip De, and all respected committee members, my dear faculty colleagues participating in this FDP from different colleges. On behalf of the organizing chair, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the faculty development program on recent research trends on NextGen AI. This FDP provides a valuable platform where knowledge will not only be shared and discussed, but also connected to our own research areas. The participants will gain insights into the latest advancement in computer vision, natural language processing, reinforcement learning, generative AI, and other emerging domains. This is the 5 day program, and the first day, that means I am talking about today. On the first day, Dr. Ruchira Noskar, Associate Professor, IIST Shibpur, will present her expertise on image forgery and techniques for detecting forged images. And in the second day, we're enlightened by Dr. Santi Prasad Maiti, Professor at IIST Shibpur, who will share his vast experience and knowledge on reinforcement learning. On the third day, my friend and my former colleague, Dr. Ashish Bera, currently is working at BITS Pilani, will deliver his talk on computer vision and its application. In the fourth day, Dr. Arif Ahmed is a researcher at Bio AI Lab, UIT, University of Norway, will speak on generative AI for health and life science. He's also our colleague, former colleague. He was also working 10 years here in HIT. And in the final day, basically on the fifth day, Dr. Chinmoy Gudai, Assistant Professor at Jadavpur University, will take on an exciting journey to explore the world of generative AI from ideas to impact. We are confident that these sessions delivered by our esteemed speakers will be research-oriented, informative, and inspiring. I request all participants to attend each session sincerely. At the end of the FDP, there will be an MCQ test, and a minimum of 70% marks with 80% attendance is mandatory to receive the certificate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening words that you have shared with us today. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Coordinator of IQAC, Professor Dr. Dilip De, sir, to kindly share his thoughts and motivate us to this academic endeavor. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon to all of you. respected Principal Sir, Holder Institute of Technology, respected Dean Sir, Professor Joadhar, HOD AIML, coordinator of this FDP, respected faculty members, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to address this faculty development program on recent research trend on NextGen AI, organized by the Department of Computer Science Engineering, AIML, in association with IQAC. As the IQAC coordinator, I feel proud to be a part of this initiative, which not only exchange the technological knowledge of the faculty member, but also aligns with our commitment towards the academic excellence, research, and continuous quality improvement. Recently, the branch AIML has been considered as the most valuable branch in the industry development. However, in recent times, the field is undergoing to paradigmatic shift with integration as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, additive manufacturing, which is totally related to the core engineering. The traditional boundaries of the AIML have been expanded into interdisciplinary domains, offering tremendous opportunities for innovation and societal impact. This FDP is a timely step in the direction. It aims to bridge the gap between the conventional practice and modern technologies demand. I am confident that this program will provide valuable thought. At the heart of the IQAC's mission lies the goal of fostering and culture the quality, innovation, and collaboration. Faculty development programs like these play a critical role of achieving that vision. When faculty members are exposed to recent technologies, trends, they are better equipment to deliver quality education, guide impactful research, and contribute to holistic development of the student. I would like to end with thought-provoking quote of Albert Einstein that the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Let this FDP be spark of change, of knowledge and perspective and practice. I extend my best wishes to all participants and express my gratitude to organizing team, resource person and leadership for making their event possible. I'll conclude my speech with a quotation: the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Thank you I look forward fruitful and enriching learn experience for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. Your words have totally motivated us today. Thank you, sir. Now, before we begin, I would like to share a few important guidelines to help us all have a smooth and meaningful FDP experience. First, I would like to share links will be shared in the WhatsApp group before 2 hours on each session. To receive the participation certificates, participants are requested to maintain at least 75% attendance and more than 60% marks in the final exam. And about the final exam, it will be held on 22nd September, wherein the link will be open at 6 p.m. and it will close at 11 p.m. We request everyone to complete it within this given time. Now, as per request of our speakers, we encourage all the participants to keep their cameras on while attending and during the session also. And the attendance link will also be shared in the Meet chat box and will remain open till the end of each session. Now, I also request all the participants to use the same mail ID for this FDP registration. And when you are entering or you're giving your exams, please use the same mail ID. Thank you. Now I request all the participants to follow these simple rules. Your cooperation will help us make this FDP a successful and enriching experience for everyone. Thank you. Thank you all for your kind attention. Now, with these guidelines today, let's start with our day one of technical session of this faculty development program. Now, it is my honor to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Ruchika Naskar ma'am. Now, she is an associate professor, Department of Information Technology, IIEST Shivpur, Associate Dean. Dr. Ruchika Naskar is an associate professor in the Department of IT at IIEST Shivpur, where she also served as the associate dean for the postgraduate and PhD programs. She earned her PhD in computer science and engineering for IIT Kharagpur in 2014, specializing in digital image watermarking. Her research interests include multimedia security, digital forensics, and machine learning applications in forensics analysis and computer vision. Now, Dr. Naskar has led multiple funded projects in digital forensics and has received prestigious awards, including the IEEE Computer Society Early Career Women Scientist Fellowship. She has published extensively in high impact journals and conferences and has supervised numerous doctoral students. Her expertise and contributions make her a prominent figure in the field of multimedia security and forensics. Her research has been sponsored by diverse organizations including DST, ANRF, MEITY, BRNS, and CSIR. She is the recipient of Young Scientist Research Award from BRNS, Early Career Research Award from SERB, and SERB Power Grant. Now, I welcome Dr. Ruchika Naskar ma'am to please continue with our session of today. I welcome you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Shefali. Thank you for the nice introduction. So I am Dr. Ruchika Naskar from the Department of Information Technology, IIEST Shivpur. And I thank all the organizers for inviting me and having me here. The convener, HOD, Dean, Principal Sir, all present here, and I welcome all the participants. So today the topic I selected is one application of generative adversarial networks. Like I heard, the last day of this FDP will include an introduction on GANs, generative adversarial networks. The talk that I have planned to give you today is an area in which we work currently, which is an application of generative adversarial networks. So maybe I shall share my slides. I shall share my screen. So can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
Thank you. So the topic is how we go for detecting synthetic faces generated by AI. So we know that this is a good point to start off with. You can see on the left top corner of the slide there is a array of faces. But let me tell you, all these faces are not of any person who actually exists. So all these are AI generated faces, and we work in this domain where we every day we do a lot of we put in a lot of effort to identify very effectively and accurately whether a face which by naked eyes we cannot identify whether it is a natural human being's face or is it generated by AI. And you can see the level of precision, the realism that AI has already achieved. Now, in this respect, I will like to, those who are interested, they can go to this website and just check. Notexist.com. This is a website. If you go to this website, okay, maybe I should. If you simply go to this website, you will get to see faces of human beings. You refresh and you see a new face every time. Faces of different ethnic backgrounds, of both genders, different age groups. Okay, so demographically diverse set of faces, but all are synthetically generated. The AI tool used is a generative adversarial network. So our work is in this area, primarily one area which we are focusing on is to identify synthetic faces. Where do we come across such synthetic faces? Mostly in social networks. We are in a maybe a social network where we have an account. We are interacting with a person, but we do not know whether the profile is fake or real. So what plays a major role is a tool, an AI-based tool or a computer vision-based tool, which can say this person, this picture which we can see, can we rely on it? Can we trust this? So that is the point of our work. That is where we work. So this lays down the motivation behind today's talk, as well as the areas that we are exploring now. And in today's talk, what I shall talk about is a technique which we have recently proposed and published in this conference, where we have dealt with synthetically generated human faces and their prevalence in social networks. So we try to detect faces which are prevalent, which exist on the social networks. So why that is important? When we publish something on a social network, maybe LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, the networks themselves, they bring about certain degrees of compression, some other processing, which they are not transparent about. So it is opaque. We do not know what processing it will undergo. So given that it is a synthetically generated face of a person, given that it has undergone those closed degrees of processing about which we are not aware, can we still detect whether this is a person actually or it is a synthetic human being? So this work is which we have recently done and published is in that particular problem. So how we have addressed this problem? How we went for addressing this problem? You can see the statistical properties when we compare real images generated by a camera versus images generated through GANs. The statistical inherent properties differ, and this is what we have relied upon in this particular work. So initially, maybe 3, 4, 5 years back, the videos or the images generated were not so much precise like you saw in that website, so that the differences in eye color, the pupil shape irregularities, corneal specular highlights, that light reflected from the cornea, so those were actually differentiable. You could point out by looking at the pictures. But now the AI techniques that we have over these 5 days of FDP, you are going to see more. So you will see that the AI techniques have advanced so much that these differences are no more there. The synthetic images actually look like the real ones, and they have actually achieved hyperrealism. There was an experiment, very interesting one, where people were told that this is a set of facial images. Some of them are actual real images captured by camera, whereas some are synthetic images. Now you do a survey and tell us that which is real, which is a synthetic image. And the experiment outcome was very strange. People actually, most of the participants, they marked many of the real images as fake, but most of the fake images, mostly they were marked real by almost all participants. So we reached a conclusion in the current state of the art that the AI technologies for such synthetic face generation has reached a point where we can say that we have attained super realism or hyper realism. So these clues, what people used to rely upon previously, is no more usable, but what we do the detection based on are some statistical properties. So in today's talk, the first part of the talk, I shall tell about the statistical properties which till date are usable in this kind of problems. So we basically depend on gradients. What is a gradient? Gradient is the measure or rate of intensity change. Rate of intensity change of what? Pixels with respect to the neighborhood. Okay. So basically the ages of a face, they play a major role. They give you a lot of information with respect to gradients. Specifically, we capture both the gradient magnitude, how big that change is, as well as the gradient direction, in which direction that changes. So these are the formula. I expect that most of you are aware of this formula. So gradient direction, this gives you the direction where the change is most, and gradient magnitude, the magnitude, how big the change is. So these are the two factors. Now, how do we use them? In the bottom of the slide, you can see 4 pictures. Okay, so these 2 pictures, A and B, these depict the gradient direction. Okay, so these are not the images, these are the gradients extracted from the images, pixel gradients, and then we have visualized them in form of a RGB image. And we can see that gradient direction, this one is for a real image A, and B is the gradient direction represented visually for a fake image. Now, what do we mean by real or fake? It is not one single image, it is over 400 samples per class. So 400 real images, their facial gradients and the directions of the gradients, which if we represent using a thermal map, this is what you see. On the other hand, this is what you see doing the same thing for a set of 400 synthetically generated GAN images, facial images of human beings. And you can see that they are distinct. Similarly, gradient magnitude, this is for gradient magnitude thermal map representation over 400 facial samples, real ones, and this is for 400 fake samples. So we can see clearly, we can visualize that there is a difference, and we can visualize the difference. This finding led us to exploit the gradient direction and gradient magnitude features, and we tried to automate. Can we develop a machine which can feed upon these 2 features, the statistical features we tell them, and do a detection, real versus fake. Now there is another one factor. The factor is of social media which comes into the picture. You do this for real versus fake images, this is what you get. But when we pass these images, these 400 images, through a social online social network, say for example Facebook, does this result hold? What does our finding say? This plot, this bar chart, you can appreciate our findings. This big bar, what you can see, it is the pixel-wise distance for WhatsApp images. Distance in this case we have defined this way. Okay, it's just a L1 distance. What are the 2 things? This is I1 and I2. One is a image, another one is its version which was uploaded to WhatsApp and then subsequently downloaded. And we did this for 3 different popular online social networks: WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. So after compression through WhatsApp and then subsequent download, if you subtract the 2 images, the difference is huge. But if you do the same on gradient magnitude, the distance is very small. Now this gradient we have computed using 2 different filters. That is why you can see 2 sets of values for magnitude: scar operator and Sobel operator. These 2 are kind of estimators. We do not actually do the mathematics of computing gradient magnitude or direction. We employ filters to compute gradients. So these are kind of convolution filters which are very close. The result of this convolution is very close to you mathematically computing gradients. So using these 2 ways of estimation, we did all our works so as to compare 2 possibilities, similar possibilities. So that's why you can see 2 sets, one of magnitude and direction using scar operator, another one gradient magnitude and direction using Sobel operator. And these are the distances, which is very interesting. If you see, this yellow one is a Sobel direction distance, and this gray one is a scar direction distance. That means gradient direction gives you the minimal distance between an image and its OSN compressed version. This is relevant for our work. Why? We need a metric, we need an approach by which even if an image is OSN compressed, OSN processed, it would be close to the real image, so that this kind of distinction is available to us. If the image gets changed a lot, then we cannot go for this detection. You can see real versus fake. There is a lot of distance. There is a lot of distinction, and we can automatically detect it somehow. I am coming to that later. But the distance, the difference should be there intact. To do that, say this is a real image outcome. Even after OSN compression, OSN compressing, the real image outcome should be something very close, and gradient direction operation gives us, in spite of WhatsApp, Facebook or Instagram compression, a distance which is very close. So next step what we did is, instead of taking the direct pixel values, we went for computing the gradient direction and using this in our detector. So this second contribution of ours, this is a finding which is specific if you are targeting to do a detection for OSN compressed images. Otherwise, simply if there is no compression, this distance is not there, we can directly go ahead with the model. So how does the detector model look like? It's a simple CNN network. You can see there are 4 blocks: convolution, batch, normalization and pooling. Now, we have 2 things. One is magnitude, one is gradient. These results tell us that probably direction is the best metric on which we should depend upon, given that there is a OSN compression. But we have done the experiments with both, and the numbers also say it is in compliance with this finding that direction indeed is the better metric here. So we have tested how magnitude performs, how gradient related metrics perform. So what we did is, we proposed a GMNet, which is a gradient magnitude, the array, the matrix, it is passed through this model. Gradient direction, that is also a matrix that can be passed through this model. Gradient fusion net, the GM and GD, gradient magnitude and gradient direction metrics, they are stacked together. So we tried to explore whether if we put both the things, does it give me a better result? This is one thing, stacking together these two, hence having a M cross N cross 2 matrix and then feeding it to the classifier. So these 3. And there was a dual channel gradient net. This one is the dual channel gradient net, where we fed these 2 separately over through 2 CNNs, and then the outcome were separately merged and then passed to a dense network, and final classification happened. So these are the 4 ways, individually magnitude and gradient, and 2 different ways to combine magnitude and gradients. So which one helps me the best? This is the consolidated result. You can see the results although vary, but mostly the gradient fusion net, it gives us the best result, mostly, in most of the cases. So you can see we have done the experiment for both Sobel and Scar operator. It is, they are very close, but Sobel, at least in our case, it has given better results. So this is the suggestion. Our inference would be to use any estimator for gradient computation and then compute magnitude and direction both and fuse them, stacking by them 2 layers, one on top of the other, and passing them through a simple fully convolutional neural network. That helps to detect images synthetically generated, also OSN compressed. So although the model's parameterization was very low, yet this is a very prevalent and state-of-the-art problem which we were able to solve. And this work was published in December 2023, around 1.5 years back, in VCIP. It is one of the core conferences of computer vision. We also got our results compared with some of the best models that were available at that time. So this is the first part of my talk today, where we have spoken about synthetic images and the perils, the risks that it brings about, especially in case of online social networks, which is probably the most common way of interaction or data image sharing in today's date. In the second part of my talk, so we also did some robustness analysis. Maybe if you are interested, you can just have a look. And before I go to the next part of my talk today, I might take some questions if you want. Or should we take up all the questions at the end? Okay, so I think that is a better idea. Rather, I shall move on to the next problem that I shall be demonstrating today. Now, in the next problem, we dealt with semantic characterization of human faces. So I just put one of our intermediate results, a snap of it here. Semantic characterizations in the sense which portions of a human face is most contributory in detecting whether it's a synthetically generated face or it is an authentic face. We try to pinpoint those points, those areas of interest on a face. And we did this by hierarchical multi-level feature fusion. So basically, we have tried to figure out which are the most contributory features, fine-grained ones versus mid-grained ones, and the coarse most ones. The coarsest ones are the most semantic ones which carry some meaning to human beings, like the corners of the eyes, the edges of the cheek, the nose area, etc., etc. So these are different generators. In the last work, in the last part, what you saw are images generated by GANs. In this work, we have specifically dealt with videos, facial videos, which are again generated by GANs. Now, when we talk about videos, there is a timeline also. So not only spatial, but also a temporal domain comes into the picture. If this is the case, then which are the areas which play the most important role? This was the question we tried to answer in this particular work. So in this slide, what you can see, this is a set of faces. Okay? And all these are synthetically generated human faces. On the top, you can see there are some tools by which the faces are generated. Okay? And there are two different methods. For now, you can assume as we go on, we shall delve deeper. But these are two different methods. What do they say? Which areas of the face are most contributed? This says this one, whereas the second technique, it says, okay, this entire region should be considered. So this way, we try to compare and contrast between models. What do they say? Which regions of the synthetic face plays the most crucial role in identifying that it is a deep fake face? Now, how was this term deep fake coined? Deep fake are fake faces or fake media generated by deep neural networks. So artificially generated media, synonym is deep fake, deep neural network generated fake media. So coming back, how did we do this? How did we do this semantic characterization? We used a multi-level fusion technique. Okay, so I think this is a better way to describe. You can see there are 4 broad modules. The last module is classification head. The first module is a feature extraction head. Our development are these 2 modules in between. The second module, it feeds upon the output of the first. That means it feeds upon the features. Use any feature extractor. You can use any feature extractor. There are a lot of pre-trained networks like ResNet, EfficientNet, VGG, AlexNet. There are many pre-trained models. Use any of the models. And our proposal, our framework will work as a plug and play module. So use any given pre-trained feature extractor, extract the features from the image or the video that you are going to investigate. Pass it through the proposed two modules. The first module, it uses a attention mechanism. The one we use in a transformer network, it uses an attention mechanism to highlight that which are the more prevalent features. And this is done on different scales. It works for the coarse most scale up to the refined most scale. So the fine-grained ones, I shall give you an example. The fine-grained ones are the texture, edges, etc. Whereas the coarse ones are semantics, like eyes, whether it is a face, eye, nose, mouth, facial keywords. So starting from the most fine-grained features to the coarse ones, at different levels, it will provide the attention and figure out which are the most important regions. This module, the third module, it does a fusion. It has to do a fusion also, because we are working at multiple levels. When we combine, combination is a challenge. So there are different levels and we cannot combine them until and unless we either downscale or up. So what we did is we upscaled. During upscaling, we also needed to smoothen. So we did a smoothening convolution and we upscaled. So you can see at different levels, we upscale and merge, upscale and merge. And finally, we get a smoothened block. So this is basically feature selection. We call this module a spatial, because we are dealing with spatial features. We, in this work, we do not work with any frequency domain features. So spatial feature selection module, and the second block is a feature fusion net. So these two are the proposed modules which can be plugged in with any feature extractor and any classifier. So this is a simple conventional classification, and this plays a major role. So I also put a visualization. We call this a backbone network. We experimented with two kinds of backbones in this paper. What we have presented, experimentation results with two backbone networks. This any conventional network that you can use, like VGGNet, AlexNet, we call this as the backbone network. And for backbones, we have experimented with EfficientNet, B0, and a swing transformer, a very recently developed transformer model. Both these separately we have used for feature extraction, plugged in the two modules for feature select, multi-level feature fusion, and then did a classification with a fully convolutional neural net. You can see the visual representation of the pictures here. At different levels, the backbone network, we are showing the results for EfficientNet B0. This is how the features look like. The feature selection module, spatial feature selection module, this is how it looks like. And finally, after the feature fusion, you can gradually see the facial map coming up. So this was a GradCam visualization. These are the GradCam visualizations which I started the talk with. And you can see the results. So the results are this multi-level feature fusion plug and play module plugged in with a CNN, the EfficientNet B0 CNN, and vis-a-vis a swing transformer. And what we found in many cases, the swing transformer performs better in some cases, and somewhere else the CNN performs better. Okay, but as compared to the other existing works, this is a very recent, this is just accepted. This work is not yet published. It has come online though. So the works with which we have compared, they are very recent ones. In 2025, many of them are published, and we obtained pretty good results. We did the evaluation not only for an in-domain test scenario. Like you can see, these are 4 different tools. So I should have told that this is a deep fake tool. Although deep fake is a generic term, there is a tool called deep fake, face to face, face swap, and neural texture. So all these are derived from a combined dataset, Face Forensics Plus Plus. This is a very popular dataset. So we did a training on deepfake, testing on deepfake, training on deepfake, testing on face-to-face. Similarly, a training on face-to-face and testing on all 4. So this this approach of experimentation helped us to evaluate how good the detector is, given that you have a class of deepfakes, you do a training with some of the samples, and then you test with some other samples which are generated by the same tool, which is good. But this also enables us to do the evaluation in a more stricter environment, which is a cross-domain environment. That means, in today's date, I have 3 or 30 different deepfake generation tools, 30 different GANs. So I develop a detector and I train the detector to identify synthetic faces generated by these 30 different generators. But tomorrow, another new detector, new generator comes up, or 5 new generators come up. How does my detector work? Is there any back compatibility? That is the stricter testing environment. So for that, we did a cross-domain testing where we trained with a certain certain class of deepfakes, and we tested on others as well. The comparative, you can see this result is quite poor, maybe not acceptable at all. But comparatively, how is it performing? Does it fare better than what the others could achieve? So this was the test. However, we have compared with very recent 4 detectors, but we also compared the weight, how resource intensive every model is. And you can see, because of this plug and play characteristics of the proposed methodology, you can see we successfully brought down the parameter count and flops count very low as compared to the other models, and with that, this is the result that we attained. So CELIP-DF, DFDC, and wild deepfake are very popular datasets, deepfake datasets, just like Face Forensics Plus. So, and all these are video datasets, so they have human facial videos. So we did a cross dataset evaluation, not only between 2 different generators, but this time against 2 different datasets. So all the results that you can see is trained on a certain dataset and tested on more newer datasets. CELIP-DF, DFDC, wild deepfake are much recently developed facial data as compared to Face Forensics Plus. And we got quite acceptable detection performance with the MLFF, multi-level feature fusion approach. So this is what I had planned to deliver in today's talk. Apart from that, I have listed some of our very recent works. Out of this, this is the one which you have already seen, and some others. If anyone is interested, you can go through. And very recently, you see deepfake detection, deepfakes, and handling the issue of growing deepfakes, synthetic human videos. It has grown huge. And for Indian context also, this is a big problem. There have been a lot of recent cases which surfaced on news as well as social media, where Indian celebrities' deep fake videos were exploited, they were used with a malicious intention, and then quickly some steps were taken by the government. This does not happen only with celebrities, this can happen with any common person, and there are cases reported recently. So all the data sets in this talk also, in this 1 hour talk also, we have come across multiple data sets. But all those, if you experiment, train your detectors with, they very rarely contain Indian faces. But the deepfake cases against Indian population is hugely growing. So what to do? We worked in the last 1.5 years, and we developed a Indian deepfake facial data set here, which you can go through again, and you can use it in your research. Also, we found one of our important findings is that we need to make these synthetic facial data sets ethnically diversified, because if you go through the prevalent data sets, you will see that they have a certain kind of bias. The Western countries, the Caucasus population dominates. Um, if there are African faces, mostly what we have found, probably they are not very happy looking. So there are certain biases in terms of demography and ethnicity. So again, we tried to solve this problem, this time not confined to the Indian population, but an ethnically diversified synthetic facial dataset. This is again another contribution which in detail I did not present in today's talk, but I kept a snapshot of it. This is available on IEEE data code. If you are interested, you can go through. So basically, we have used 7 different generators, very recent ones. These generators were used to create a data set which is demographically balanced. 6 broad ethnic groups. So we looked up the literature. What are the broad ethnic groups that covers the entire globe? And this African American, East Asian, European, South Asian, we also kept Indian. So these are 6 ethnic groups, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus Indian. So 6 ethnic groups we have kept, the 2 genders equally diversified, and 4 age categories, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, keeping in mind that this is the age group which is most vulnerable against social network and cyber crime attacks, related attacks. So we kept this age group, 4 different age groups. That also we have made granularized early, mid, and late. This is the consolidated dataset. So if you go through this article, you will find more detailing on the construction and organization of the dataset. And we expect that this will be very useful given the present day scenario. The other dataset I was talking about is this one. We call this dataset Indeed Fake. It is for Indian dataset, and you can see this is the constitution. We have used a set of real videos. These videos we have captured from different states, people from different states of India, their facial videos, and from this we employed 6 different generation techniques. Basically, these are all face swap techniques. So a person talks, another person talks, the face is superimposed. Now it appears as if the first person has said whatever the second one said with his facial biological features kept intact. So all these 6 generators that we have used, they are majorly face swap based techniques, and both the audio as well as the visual components have been played around with. So this gives us a comprehensive data set of large data set of Indian facial deep fakes, which again you can use in your work. We also have done tests using this data set, and there is a paper also which we recently published. If you want, you can see how the detectors in the present day they perform against our data set. So this one, you can check this one out. So with that, I shall conclude my work, my talk today. So these are some of the other references. So again, thanks to you for being patient and listening to today's talk. I will now hand over. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening session. We really learned today a lot from you about GAN networks, deepfake images, and many more. Now, I would like to request all the participants, if they have any queries, you can ask directly to ma'am. She's here with us. Any of the participants, I request you all, you can ask your queries one by one to ma'am. I think, ma'am, no one is having any doubts regarding your today's session.
Sure. Okay, so if they want, they can also write to me. So this is my email ID. If you have any queries, I can also address them offline.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for providing your insightful session on GAN networks, deepfake images, and synthetic data sets. Because in today's world, I think working on synthetic data sets is something that has emerged very much after the evolution of AI. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask you, if we are using synthetic data sets, so we have to do a sentiment analysis, like you have done a robustness test?
Yes, robustness test was not related to sentiment analysis. Robustness test in our case, it means that if the media undergoes further processing, like some kind of noise addition, some kind of contrast enhancement, some kind of brightness adjustments, then does the model work? So sentiment analysis also plays an important role here, like whether a deep fake face, are there any emotions? Just give me a moment. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yeah, so again, a recent work which we did, you can refer to, this paper is online. Can deepfakes mimic human emotions? So are deepfakes, how well deepfakes are able to mimic or imitate natural emotions displayed by human beings, facial way. So that was yet another work which we did. So this plays a very important role. I did not speak about it in today's talk.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for clearing my small doubt. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable words on today's session. We really liked you shared your knowledge with us. Thank you for joining us with today. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to request all the participants, you can check the feedback link for today's session and the attendance link as well. That is given in the chat box. Also, I would like to add that the attendance link and feedback link will be open till 5 p.m. only. After 5 p.m., you won't be able to access the attendance link and the feedback link. So please fill the same within the given time limit. Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank all the respected dignitaries for joining today's session and making it a successful one. Thank you all.